Last year, I watched a couple from California fly into Spokane, take a 5-day discovery trip to North Idaho, and put a $1.2 million offer in on a house that was completely wrong for them. They lost the deposit, they lost the house, and they lost 6 months of momentum. The coastal retirees who take a discovery trip to North Idaho make at least one of 7 specific mistakes. 2 of them cost retirees 6 figures. One of them is the reason that California couple lost their deposit, plus a bonus number 8 at the end. The one thing that smart buyers do that almost nobody else does, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if you're planning a discovery trip to North Idaho here the next year, watch this before you book the flight. I'm a local real estate agent. I make money when you fly in for a discovery trip and end up working with me. So you might think I want you to come no matter what. I don't. I'd rather you watch this video, take the trip the right way, have it actually count, instead of watching you waste 5 days here, fly home discouraged, and tell your spouse it just didn't feel right. Count down from 7 to 1 plus the bonus. Let's get after it. Number 7, coming in July. Hey, July is North Idaho's peak when it comes to weather and beauty. 90 and 100 degree days, a lake on every side, twilight at 9 o'clock at night. Every neighborhood looks like a postcard. It's also the most misleading 30 days of the year. Mid-June through mid-September is bliss, but the other 9 months don't look like that. Coastal retirees who only visit in summer fall in love with a place that just doesn't exist the rest of the year. Smart move. Try to visit at least once during the other months. Same town, same neighborhoods, different planet. I had a couple from Newport Beach. Came up in late July last year, loved it. Bought a home in Sandpoint Idaho, moved into that home in that August. By our 2nd February, they had listed it. They told me we never saw the actual place. We saw the brochure version, the postcard version. Coming in at the wrong season is the easiest mistake to fix. Number 1 is the one that California couple, their deposit. Wait for it. Number 6, staying at a hotel, booking a hotel instead of a real neighborhood rental. Hotels in Coeur are tourist-oriented. Most of them are all downtown, near the resort, walking distance to restaurants, and that is exactly nothing like the daily life of an actual North Idaho resident, unless you're living at the resort. You need to wake up in a real neighborhood. Drive to a grocery store the way the locals drive. Sit on a back porch in Hayden or Post Falls or Rathdrum and listen to that neighborhood. That neighborhood of what it actually sounds like at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Airbnb a house for a week in the type of neighborhood you'd actually live in. We had a couple that came in from Portland, did their first discovery trip from downtown Coeur Hotel. They loved the energy. The second trip, they rented a house in Hayden for 10 days. Hayden was what they actually wanted, not downtown Coeur d'Alene. The neighborhood rental showed them this is more of what was going to fit their lifestyle. Where you sleep on a discovery trip shapes what you think about the area. Number 5 compounds this mistake. Let's talk about number 5, driving only the highways. Driving only the highway corridors and not the back roads. Most coastal retirees do their discovery driving on I-90, Highway 95, maybe Highway 41, the obvious connector roads. The actual neighborhoods are not on these roads. the school routes, the community fabric, the real subdivisions, the day-to-day driving experience, all of it happens on back roads. The character of a neighborhood is in the side streets, not the main arteries. You'll also miss the no towns this way, the places that look fine from the highway but feel wrong. When you actually drive through, you get a much better view and feel what's going on. I had clients came in from San Francisco, drove the highways for 3 days. He said the area felt fine. Then we took one afternoon, drove through some side streets of Rathdrum, Hayden, Coeur Lane, Dalton Gardens. That single afternoon changed his entire ranking of where he wanted to live. Once you start driving the back roads, you see something that the highway version of the trip was hiding from you. And number 4, what most people get wrong with their realtor makes all of this worse. Number 4, only seeing what your realtor puts in front of you. This is going to sound strange coming from a realtor, but your realtor, including me, has portfolio bias. We show you what we think will work or what we think you want to see, and we're not always wrong. We're not always right either. Smart discovery trip behavior. Ask your realtor to show you 3 neighborhoods that you would recommend, and 2 maybe you wouldn't. The no neighborhoods are sometimes more informative than the yes neighborhoods. Ask about what we think the no would be for you and why. Then maybe go drive them for information. Maybe have your realtor also send you to some areas where you can go drive around on your own, get a feel for what you're looking for, not just what they're going to show you. Hey, I had a couple come in last spring. I showed them Hayden, Post Falls, Coeur Lane. On day 3, they asked to also see Spirit Lake. It wasn't the right fit for them. Spirit Lake was not the town for them, but they were glad they saw it so they could mark it off their list. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video, you're probably not just curious about a discovery trip. You may be planning one. So here's what's coming. Number 3 is the medical reality, the check that almost nobody does on a discovery trip. Number 2 is the team meeting that most retirees skip and then regret in year 1. And number 1 is the mistake the California couple made, the one that cost them the deposit and the house. All right, let's keep going. Number 3, skipping the medical reality check. Let's talk about the medical reality check. Most discovery trips are spent looking at houses and lakes and views, trying out some new restaurants and doing a lot of the touristy stuff. Coastal retirees almost never visit the hospital, drive the route from their potential house to, say, Kootenai Health or Northwest Hospital or into Spokane Valley or Spokane, depending on where you might need medical services. Drive from each neighborhood that you're considering to the hospital. Time it. Do it in traffic. Ask your realtor what the medical drive looks like in January during a storm. Icy roads, not just on a sunny July day. If you have a chronic condition or a serious health history, talk to a primary care doctor here before you sign anything. Find out if they're accepting new patients. Make sure that they are going to carry your insurance, that they have the type of specific help for the need that you may be looking for. Hey, I had a couple from LA that came up a couple years ago. Husband was a heart patient. They never visited Kootenai Health on their discovery trip. Bought a house north of Sandpoint. Year 1, he had a cardiac event. Hour and 40 minutes to Kootenai Health during the winter. After that, they moved closer to the hospital within the next year. Healthcare access is something you cannot fix after the move. Plan for it on the trip, not after. Number 2, not meeting the team. Number two, not meeting or support team that you're going to need after the move. A North Idaho realtor like myself is just one piece of the puzzle, one piece of the team. You also need a local CPA who understands Idaho residency rules and your home state's tax code, an insurance agent who can quote you actual numbers on the homes that you're considering, and a general contractor or two, maybe more. If you're thinking about building or doing any major renovations, a primary care physician who's accepting new patients. A handful of these people will tell you things that your realtor can't legally or shouldn't say. Make sure you dive into some of that. Meet them or at least reach out to them on your discovery trip. Get an idea of where the office is at, where they work from, not after the closing, before. I had a couple that came over from Bellevue. I introduced them to a CPA and an estate attorney on day 2 of their discovery trip. The CPA walked them through the estate tax math, saved them roughly $200,000 in lifetime tax exposure. That 2-hour coffee meeting was the single biggest decision input of their entire trip. Meeting your team is what separates a vacation from a discovery trip, and most people skip it. Okay, the bonus plus number one is left, and then the bonus, which is the thing smart buyers do that almost nobody else does. Number one is the mistake that California couple made. The single biggest financial mistake you can make on a discovery trip. Here it is. Number one, falling in love with that single house before you've validated the area. A lot of retirees fly in, they see 12 houses in 5 days. They fall in love with one, they bid, they put down an earnest money deposit, they fly home, the high wears off, the second guessing starts, they realize they bought because they fell in love with the kitchen or the backyard or the size of the garage, not because they validated the neighborhood, the drive times, the community, the second winter reality. Sometimes they back out and sometimes they lose the deposit. The house is gone. 6 months of momentum is gone. The correct sequence, validate the area on trip 1. Then trip 2, look at houses in that area, or at the end of trip 1. After you've really got a feel for maybe what area you like. Unless you've already done area validation on a previous visit, you might want to wait to make offers. Here's the California couple story, couple from San Diego. First discovery trip last year. Day 4, they saw a $1.2 billion custom build in Hayden, fell in love, put down a $40,000 earnest money deposit before they flew home on Friday. Did the inspection, but by the end of the next week, they were calling me asking how to back out. They hadn't validated the area and they didn't know the school district. They haven't met with the CPA. They hadn't done the second winter math. They forfeited the deposit. They didn't buy the house, but they did come back 6 months later, did the area validation right, found the perfect spot that works for them, ended up in Post Falls. It was a $40,000 mistake, completely avoidable, but it happens. Discovery trip 1 is for the area. Discovery trip 2, if you need it, is for the house. If you haven't spent time researching the area, then you might think twice about combining those 2 visits. All right, bonus time. Bonus number 8, the boring days test. Bonus number 8, the thing that I think all buyers should do on their discovery trip that almost nobody else does is spend at least 1 full day of your trip here doing absolutely nothing. No realtor meetings, no house showings, no driving tours, no fancy dinners downtown Coeur d'Alene. Just head to the coffee shop in the morning, hang out for a couple hours, few hours, sit there for a while, and get a feel of the neighborhood. Then go to the grocery store you'd actually shop at and wander around. Then drive home to the rental house in the neighborhood you're considering and sit on the porch. This is the boring days test. The most important data of your trip is what you feel when nothing is happening. If you're bored and restless on a normal Tuesday morning at a Hayden coffee shop, you have a problem. If you're bored and content, you've probably found your place. I had some clients in last fall, spent their trips Tuesday at one of the coffee shops in Hayden, or at least a big part of the morning. Let me know later that day. That morning was some of the best hours of the whole trip. I'd never thought about it before then. 3 months later, they closed on their Hayden home. They knew the boring day told them. The mistakes on this list are what to avoid. The boring days test is what to do instead. Let's look at some of the caveats. And again, for all the comments start coming in. One, none of this means don't come. We'd love for you to come. I'd love for you to come, spend some time, see if this is a place that works for you. But come prepared. Try to spend good quality time on a discovery trip. A weekend isn't typically a discovery trip. It's typically more of a vacation. Try to allow some time to actually answer the questions that you might have and discover some of these things that you think you're going to need to know. Plan 2 trips if you can. Trip 1 for area validation. Trip 2 for house selection, or one that's long enough to accomplish both. The 2-trip approach is the single biggest predictor of a satisfied buyer, in my experience. And 4, if you're already here and happy, hey, just share this with a friend who's about to make a discovery trip. They'll thank you. Reach out if you have some questions on what a discovery trip should look like, maybe who you can talk to or who you should be trying to talk to if you need some information where to look, if you're looking for a CPA, if you're looking for an estate attorney. Let me know how I can help. Leave some comments below. Let me know what I missed, or let me know what maybe surprised you or what you hadn't thought about. Feel free to send me a note. Shoot me a text, call, email. Me and my team, we're never too busy for you. Would love to meet with you and hear about your plans or goals of moving to North Idaho and see if it is a good fit for you. Be sure and like and subscribe to our videos so you can be notified every time we come out with a new video on North Idaho. We try to come out every week with new information. Again, my team and I would love to chat with you. Be sure and download our free relocation guide. It's in the comments below. And we can't wait to talk to you and would love to help make your move to North Idaho. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.